What's up? It's Jan back at it again with another nerdy bookish video. Welcome to my March TBR, aka my TBR for the Tis a Damn Readathon as well.
We could call it even, you could call me babe for the weekend. Tis a damn readathon, write this down.
If y'all didn't know, I'm a host this year. I will link my announcement video down below. All the information is there in that description as well, with like the website and everything for Tis a Damn Readathon. Don't know when this video will be up, but I'm sure it's not too late for y'all to join. There are a lot of prompts, but you technically only have to do one per Taylor Swift album to collect. I don't know why I did the quotes too early. I meant to do it under collect, to collect a Taylor Swift album. You'll see what I mean when you watch that announcement video if you're interested in joining. Sorry in advance for how unprepared I am for this video. It's already March 4th and I'm just now filming this, and I just really wanted to film this even though I don't have two of the books. I'm literally about to get them from my mom's house right after filming this because they're book of the month picks and I would have them physically, but alas, I have to do the little picture thing. But it's fine. I also usually announce Sapphic-a-thon for the month during my TBRs, but Jesse and I have not solidified those plans yet either. So just look out on our Instagrams and our like community feed for the announcements. We have an idea of who the host is gonna be and like when it's gonna be, but we haven't confirmed. Okay, that is all. This time I have 10 per usual. Okay, per usual for this year, I'm making it no more, no less than 10 books per TBR. But this month I have my official 10, and then I have some buddy reads with Sarah from Sarah Shelves. Listen, we're the type of people who keep planning buddy reads, not just with each other, but with everybody and their mamas, right? And then we either don't follow through, we forget, we just put them off or whatever. So I decided to unofficially add them to my TBR so that they're there in my journal, in my head, on YouTube, you know? Just a little disclaimer, like I stray away from my TBR anyway, we already know. But I know some people are really on my ass about this, like sticking to 10 to my TBR thing. So just letting y'all know. Okay, I tried to match books to prompts, but I also have some that like I either have to read because of my book club or like I just felt like reading and then I'll match it to a prompt later. Like I said, I stray away from my TBR anyway, so if like I get through all the books I wanted to get through, I might still be able to hit all the prompts I want to hit. The possibilities are endless here, so I'm just gonna get into it. I gotta go. I have plans, so sorry if this is kind of rushed. As always, I start my TBRs with my full moon book club pick for the month, and this month we are reading A Special Place for Women by Laura Hankin, and my guest for this month is Noelle from Noelle 7 Pages. Please subscribe to her, follow her on Instagram if you haven't already. She is amazing. Love her personality, and I'm sure y'all would too. So if y'all didn't know, I run my own book club by my lonesome. It's called the Full Moon Book Club because we have our live shows every full moon of the month. So if you forget or miss an announcement, you can just Google when the full moon is for that month. I've only had to change it once due to time zone issues with my guest, but it was technically still a full moon that night. So nevertheless, that is the book club. And there's a Google form always linked down below if y'all wanna, you know, share some fun facts about yourself so I could get to know everyone who participates one month or another. It's not required, but I love reading those things. Email newsletter will be coming soon. I keep saying it and I keep putting it off because I want my mind to be clear when I design this newsletter, and my mind is not clear, okay? These past 2 months, zero clarity in my mind. So I'm gonna work on it, I promise. Anyway, Special Place for Women. I always have my next 3 book club picks linked down below in all my videos, but just briefly. So this is a book about this special elite club for women in New York. It's basically rich people problems, but make it kind of magical, I think. There's something going on, and there's like a journalist involved who like investigates and figures out like, is this a cult? Like what is going on here, you know? So specifically chose this one for this month because it's Women's History Month, and Noelle also hosts a feminist centered book club herself, so I thought it was perfect for her to be my guest this month. Moving on. And then for Sapphic-thon, whenever it may be, I will be reading Delilah Green Doesn't Care by Ashley Herring Blake. I've heard such good things about this already. It just came out and I got it from the library, and I love this woman's aesthetic. You can't even see this freaking glare. I'm so sorry. Can you see? I'm sure y'all have seen this cover on Bookstagram and whatever, but this is a sapphic romance. I'm gonna be buddy reading it with my girl Casey from Casey Can Read. Love her as well. Subscribe to her if you haven't already. So Delilah Green goes back to her childhood hometown. She meets Claire. I think Delilah's like a photographer or something. Yeah, she had a photography career in New York and then she moves back home. Oh, she goes back home because her stepsister is getting married and wants Delilah to be the photographer, and then meets Claire. bada bing, bada boom. I really hate that I just said that, but I tried to stop myself. I think y'all saw it in my eyes. But like, I lost control, I'm sorry. I have a book that's been on several TBRs, too many TBRs. Finally I need to do it. Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I'm gonna use this for a lot of prompts for the Tizadam readathon. Book with a number in the title, book that intimidates you, book with a morally gray character, probably more that it fits in, but I'm sure y'all have heard of this book. I'm in love with this cover. I can't get over it. It's literally my aesthetic. I fucking love snakes. The aesthetic of snakes. Not real. Okay. Girl has the ability to see ghosts. She is like in the hospital for something, and then someone tells her that she has a full ride to Yale because they need her in Yale's secret societies. They need her and her ability to see ghosts for some odd reason. There are a lot of triggers in this apparently. I'm very, very scared to go into this book because it's been, oh, that's another one. It's a 5-star prediction, but I don't think I'm gonna use it for that prompt. I have other books for that, but everyone says this is my aesthetic and that I'll most likely absolutely love it. But it does start off slow, so I've been hesitant to pick it up, and I keep putting it on TBRs and then putting it off. It's also thick. It's almost 500 pages, so I don't know, I just want to read it, and I think the second book comes out very soon, so wish me luck. I have a book that I'm not really feeling, but I literally can't think of any other book that has 2 authors that I own. I really want to fulfill that prompt for some odd reason. This also fulfills a YA book with red on the cover, probably has morally gray characters, whatever. This book is All of Us Villains by Amanda Foody and Christine Lynn Herman. This is a YA book about like blood, generational competition things. I don't know, I've heard good things, honestly. I'm doing a really bad job about explaining it. Oh, and this was an impulse buy. So like, I really just went off the cover, the hype around it, the aesthetic. I'm not really into like tournament competition books besides A Song of Wraiths and Ruin, but there are more and more books coming out with that trope. So we're gonna try it out. I really, honestly, it's because why are there no top and bottom margins in this YA book? Like, why is the font so small? It's not giving. Some of the blurbs are saying addicting from start to finish, a blood-soaked modern fairy tale, magical, clever, and cutthroat. So hopefully it gets intense enough to keep me hooked throughout the whole thing. I think I'm buddy reading this with Kat from BookTube Beginnings. I think she's picking it up this month too for Tizadam Readathon, but hopefully it lives up to the beauty of the cover. Know what I mean? Another sapphic book I have on my TBR is Count Your Lucky Stars by Alexandria Bellefleur. So this would fulfill the cat on the cover prompt. There's a cat down there. It's so cute. I didn't even notice it when I first saw this book. And then also it is the 3rd in a series / trilogy, which is one of the prompts in one of the albums. Oh my god, I'm such a good host. Can you tell? But this is a second chance romance and forced proximity romance. And I know Gabby from Gabby Reads loved it, and she doesn't really like second chance romances, but that is my favorite trope, so I'm really hoping I love this one. I really enjoyed Hang the Moon. I did like Written in the Stars. It was pretty cute, but I liked Hang the Moon better, and I think I'm gonna love this one. This was a last minute add to my TBR. We're gonna roll with it. Next, I have A Certain Hunger by Chelsea G. Summers. So this has also been on my shelves for a while. I really love the aesthetic of an anatomical heart. I didn't really hear about this anywhere. I just kind of was shelving books at work and I just grabbed it and opened to chapter 18, and it was titled Hot Dog, and then I read the page and it was this whole profound message about love and what it means to the narrator and everything, and it was just beautiful writing, so I immediately purchased it right then and there as I was shelving books. The naked book is so gorgeous. It's like a nice deep maroon, and it's super short, so this is a 5-star prediction for me. The main character is like a foodie and also talks a lot about sex and just like her, you know, everyday experiences, I think. And I think it'll give me Acts of Desperation by Megan Nolan vibes. It really does give those vibes, so I'm hoping I love this just as much and it'll be up there with my top favorites. So I have high expectations for this one. I will certainly vlog my thoughts, and I'm hoping it goes by fast because of how short it is. So one of the prompts is a book you previously DNF'd, and I am in the middle of a lot of books and I've soft DNF'd a lot, but I have been really into indie romances ever since getting close with Sarah again. I'm gonna pick up All Roads Lead Here by Mariana Zapata. I got to chapter 3, page 50 last time I started. I was supposed to buddy read this with Hannah from Hannah's Recent Reads, but we never got to it. I think it's time. And it's long as fuck, so I could count it for my 500+ page book of the month. Not that that's like an official goal of mine. fine. It's just kind of in the back of my head type thing. This is about a girl who goes through a really hard breakup. I think she goes back to her hometown and I think she falls in love with her landlord. She just like finds a random place to stay at from like Craigslist or something like that. And then she falls in love with her landlord. And I heard really good things and I hope this book destroys me because I need to cry over a book. The last time I cried was, I teared up from The Blood is Love by Karina Halley. Oh, I was gonna say speaking of because I have one of her books on my TBR, but that's on my unofficial TBR. The last two books on my official TBR this month are The Book of Cold Cases by Simone St. James and The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley. So these are both Book of the Month picks. They are both thrillers. The Book of Cold Cases by Simone St. James was just an auto buy, like whether it was Book of the Month or not, I was gonna get it whenever I had the chance to because I loved The Sundown Motel and The Broken Girls so much by this author. Like I want to read everything she writes. I love the paranormal aspects in her books. I love the dual timelines. I love the way she executes the plot. It is just brilliant. So I'm hoping this one delivers. It's also dual timeline set in Oregon in I think it's like 77 or something, and then 2017. True crime blogger investigates this case. She interviews this one lady named Beth, who was one of the suspects from this case however many years ago. She interviews her at her mansion, which is supposedly haunted. Love that trope. Would never want to live anywhere haunted. Please don't. Like, no thank you. But I love reading about haunted places. So excited for this one, and I love true crime. High hopes again for this one. The Paris Apartment, I am intrigued by because it is set in Paris. Love anything France related. I love the French language. I love it. I want to refresh on my French sometime soon when I get the time to. I've been trying to do that for the past year. But anyway, set in Paris. Lucy Foley is supposed to be a really fast-paced writer. I haven't read anything by her yet. I own the guest list, but I don't know. I've heard mixed things and I just don't want to deal with it right now. And I'm going to be using this as my buzzword book for Kayla's Buzzwordathon, which I'm trying to participate in every month. And I'm going to use Paris as the location because that is the buzzword for the month. I have no idea what this is about, but I know Kat gave it 5 stars because she got an arc and I'm excited to fly through it. She said hopefully. But yeah, there is a mystery/thriller prompt for Tis the Damn Readathon, so I could use either of those. So now to my unofficial TBR. Since I'm inserting photos now, I'll just continue with that trend and talk about the Kindle Unlimited books that I'm going to be reading with Sarah. I've already started Flock by Kate Stewart. Took me a while to get into, but you'll hear my thoughts in my week 1 of Tis the Damn Readathon vlog whenever that goes up. I'm loving it now. The internal dialogue, she's just so relatable. It's reverse harem. It's a modern day take on Robin Hood is what I've read up on it. She deals with these two men and one's an asshole. They're both kind of assholes. One's really controlling too, and it's like kind of triggering, so beware. Why did I say it like that? Ew, no wonder I don't say that word out loud often. So that's one of our buddy reads. I actually bought Sarah this book because I wanted to buddy read it for Deja's book club. Deja from Deja's Book World. It's their March, it was February pick, and I think the live show is March 13th for the Swoon Sisters book club, or is it another book club? I don't know. Deja has so many book clubs, it stresses me out. I hope she's watching this. Hi Deja, I love you. We're also gonna be buddy reading the Mindfuck series, which was recommended to me by McKay. So I could use that as a recommended book prompt fulfiller as well. Hannah also recommended it to me, so they're supposed to be super short. I'm definitely gonna read the first one. The other 4 are hopefuls. I don't read as fast as Sarah, so she's trying to do it in 24 hours during the Kindle Unlimited readathon this month. But I honestly have no idea what it's about. The covers are fucking hideous. I never would have picked these up without the hype from my friends, but they're short. They're like 130 pages. It's like a romance with like a thrillery thing. I don't know why these are so good, but I guess I'll find out. And then I also have Nightwolf by Karina Halley, whatever. Sarah bought me this book, speaking of Sarah, because she buddy read Black Sunshine and The Blood is Love with me, so naturally she got me Nightwolf, and this is the spin-off following different characters, and I'm just upset. This cover is literally everything. Like I can't even explain. Like this is just, okay. I had this on my official TBR for a while, but I know I'm gonna read it no matter what, so I was like, let me knock you off so I could cheat the system a little bit, you know? And it didn't really fulfill any prompts besides like technically it's 3rd in a series, but technically, ew, I said technically twice within like 2 seconds. Black Sunshine and The Blood is Love is a duology. This is a spin-off. I just talked in a circle. I am so sorry, but I'm so stoked for this. Very last book on my unofficial TBR is I hate holding it up. Vladimir by Julia May Jones. This is an art copy, but this was a book of the month a couple months ago. I was not interested whatsoever. And then I picked up the ARC and I read the back and I realized how short this book is and that I love the font and that I knew Sarah would be interested as well. It's dark academia, an English professor who forms inappropriate relationships with students. I was supposed to read Temple House Vanishing last month, which had that trope, which I've never read before, I think, but I'm excited to try this one out. I haven't read Temple House Vanishing. I got like 22 pages in. Spoiler alert for my wrap up, like, yeah, that didn't happen, sorry y'all. I hate this cover. This is not leaving my apartment. I will be reading this at home and at home only because this is embarrassing for me. I would not walk around in public with that. I just don't want people to perceive me as someone who reads books about naked men, you know? But also, like, own it, you know? Like, if that's what you like, go for it. I don't want to leave my house with this book. Definitely not going to be reading this at work, I'll tell you that much. Those are all the books I plan on reading this month, and then I'm sure I'll read other ones that aren't in this video. Let me know if you're participating in Tizadam Readathon. Share some of your prompt fulfillers, and if you made it to the end of this video. I guess this is pretty much the only time I could use the shamrock emoji where it makes sense, right? So put the shamrock emoji down below. Thank you so much for watching. Hope y'all had a great day. Stay safe and stay positive always, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye!